Now, apparently Kyoto Animation is saving anime based on the reaction I'm seeing. Now, I gotta be honest, I have no idea why, because I know nothing about this anime. I know that seemingly it's quite popular. Even before this announcement, I saw a lot of people mention the name Ruri Dragon. And from my point of view, the only studio that made sense to eventually adapt it would be something like a Kyoto Animation. The Monster Girls right up their alley. But what's really interesting is as someone who watches an abundance of anime, like every kind of anime that's known to man, you show me on an upcoming anime chart, paint drawing the animation, I'd check it out. Because that's such a wild thing to slap your dick on the table for. Either going to be the best or worst thing ever. So it's not an issue of, will I watch this? Sure, looks cute. Kyoto Animation sounds like a fun time. What is shocking is the actual hype around this, because I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Is this not just a cute slice of life? Is this secretly some Jujutsu Kaisen Demon Slayer coded show that's going to be the most insane action known to man? What actually has people this excited? Because I honestly wonder if there's false hype around the show, in the way that people are like, oh my god, creators are going to be talking about this every week, this, that, and the third, but like viewership's going to quickly die off for a show like this, and then like 2 people are going to be talking about it weekly. But it could be a case of, you know, there's shows like that that air every season where like there is a lot of people actually watching it, such as a Spy Family, just not a lot of people discussing it. And not to sound too negative, it's confusing to me because this looks adorable. There's no actual trailer. Well, I mean, I guess there kind of is. We got that. That's about all we got in terms of a trailer. The other thing Kyoto Animation released was essentially like a montage of all their works, which is cool, right? Because it essentially like shows people who don't know what they make, what they make. But it's interesting because with the way people are acting, it's almost like Kyoto Animation has saved anime, that we are back to the promised land, that anime has been saved. And that's great. Like the overall buzz for this show has me excited because if you just show me this shot here in particular, I'm thinking, oh, that's a cute shot. That looks like a fun anime. We should try it. Honestly, character design wise, like a weird mix of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid meets interviews with Monster Girls. That sounds like great fun to me. You show me Kyoto Animation, I'm going to watch no matter what. But it is honestly insane the amount of buzz this thing has that has me saying that one of 2 things is going to happen. Everyone's going to make videos and posts around this thing, and for the first episode, it's going to blow up, and everyone will stop paying attention after episode 2. Or somehow this is going to have Jujutsu Kaisen level popularity. And honestly, it would be nice if shows like these truly did, because it would be nice to get outside the mainstream opinion. But honestly, this video is more about me asking, what has people so excited? Is it just because it is a legitimately great slice of life that just does no wrong and it's super wholesome and makes people feel good? Or is there some unexpectedness? Because I have a feeling it's hard to spoil a show like this, unless we gotta dive into this girl's family's tragic backstory, like avoid that. But I would love to know, this video is more about me trying to understand where the buzz is coming from, not because I'm some hater or don't trust that this can be good. It's more of a general curiosity, as I've seen so many anime that would appear to be like this, with not even a fraction of the buzz. And the crazy thing too, this series has only been going on since 2022, the midway point of 2022. So there's like probably not that insane. Well, if it's a weekly series, I guess. If it's a weekly series, there's a decent amount of chapters. But if it's a weekly series, those chapters are short. So there might be a couple seasons worth to adapt. But I mean, if Kyoto Animation stays on top of it, you're eventually going to get into a category where you're going to have to wait a decent amount. But let's just quickly go over. I just want to show this for people who may be like, why do you love Kyoto Animation so much? And I'm not saying they're my overall top studio, but if I was making like a top 5 studio list, I think they're in there. Top 10 at least. But Kyoto Animation have been doing this since 1985, okay? We'll actually go by a little better than this, but look at how much I scroll. Like, they have been around the block, and while they haven't always been perfect, I mean, at the end of the day, come on, a silent voice? Violet Evergarden, Clannad, Hyoka, The Shinobi Show, Kobayashi, and this is what I mean. Like, if you don't think Kobayashi's Dragon Maid doesn't feel Ruri Dragon coded, I mean, as soon as I saw that girl's character design like last year or earlier this year, I forget. I was like, oh, this got to be Kyoto Animation whenever they do it. Oh my god, Kyoko no Kanta. I forgot about that show. That's a pull. Wasn't a bad show, to be honest. Like the most recent show they did was City the Animation. I enjoyed what I watched of it, but there wasn't really a lot of demand, even on my Patreon audience. But like, they have been a studio that they definitely have a style. A lot of their color work, you can almost see, like, look at stuff like Violet Evergarden, Love Story. Well, this one obviously is just more Violet Evergarden, but you can see like kind of like how they do color palettes a lot. And then when it comes to more cutesy moe shows, they have multiple styles, of course, but they definitely feel like like when you see a Kyoto Animation show, it looks like Kyoto Animation. Even something like Hibiki Euphonium, even though it's like a band anime, I mean, it's band anime, but like they treat it similar to a sports anime. I haven't seen like the last couple things they did in this series, but the look and the beauty of it's very, and I mean, they're no strangers to music. Look at K-On!, right? Kyoto Animation is a really good studio, and at the end of the day, I think by modern standards, like 2010 onwards, if they make an anime, you should focus on it because it's legitimately going to be in a different level of quality. Not necessarily the story and characters. Like, their story and characters are always going to be enjoyable and good at bare minimum, but production-wise, they're a very different beast when it comes to animation because they train their staff in-house, which is a very rare thing, especially with Japanese animation. They have a pretty low turnover rate for people working with them. They're one of the studios that treats their employees the best. Like, you don't really hear horror stories, war stories coming out of Kyoto Animation. The only one that happened was the tragic KyoAni fire with that terrorist who burnt them alive. And if you don't know that story, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it was tragic. But they've recovered and they've done better and better. Like, they are a studio worth your time. And that's why it does bring a grin to my face that there is seemingly so much buzz about this show, even though as a creator among English-speaking anime fans, I don't think it's going to have the same popularity that the current buzz environment is kind of giving off. I don't know, everyone's really excited about this. They're going to act like it's going to save Christmas next year, and honestly, I love that. I just generally wonder, is it actually as popular as people making it out to be? Or is it false hype? Because that happens a lot. People try to convince me things are hype. Like, I'll try this on the channel, absolutely, and I'll probably gladly watch it every week. And as I always say, I watch everything over on Patreon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But yeah, I don't know. Like, is this one really gonna be what? Like, if we were to throw Ruri Dragon in a season with Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer, would it actually stand? Because that's the level of hype the internet is making this seem to be. But then again, it could just be a fun, cute show, which is fun. I mean, I'm good with that too. But I'm excited. I mean, it looks cute. Honestly, what has me excited isn't this the hype around it. It's that. Anytime I see Kyoto Animation, I get a stiffy. I'll just be minding my sweet-ass business, and I'll read Kyoto Animation, and that happens. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's really why I'm watching it. It'll be interesting to see what YouTube finalizes for a title on this video, because I got two very different titles I'm going to use for this. And for those who don't know, YouTube has a thing called A/B testing, which allows me to make multiple titles. So you might see different titles throughout the day, and it figures out which title is best for YouTube. One is very rage baity, and one's very positive. So I'm interested to see which one YouTube will fall for, because I'll have two very different responses. Even though I'm being truthful in both titles. I don't know why people are hyped for this. I think it's great they are, but I don't know why. But also, apparently Kyoto Animation is saving the day. You let me know your thoughts on this show, and if you want YouTube videos when it does come out. I mean, I'll gladly try it for at least an episode or two, but I don't think it survives YouTube. I gotta be real. But I'm always welcome to be proven wrong. Thoughts down below, like, comment, subscribe, Patreon for full live reactions and all that fun jazz, and until next time, I'll catch you later.